Hi everyone, my name is Vivienne Byrd and I am from Los Angeles Public Library. I have been the STEM or STEAM librarian with Los Angeles Public Library for about 4 years now. And I started as a children's librarian with Los Angeles Public Library for 15 years, so it's been a long run. So I'm here to share with you my experience working on the Citizen Science Project and also to share specifically about our programs, the pilot programs that we've been doing since last year. So I'm going to go ahead and start my slides here. And bear with me for a minute. Okay, and here we go. So I'm going to talk a little bit about our Citizen Science program in Los Angeles Public Library. The Citizen Science program is part of our STEAM or STEM initiative. We started our full STEAM Ahead initiative back in 2013, and we have been focusing on sparking patrons of all, sparking patrons of all ages in STEAM and STEM. And starting, I believe, end of 2018, we decided to take it to the next level by creating programs that offer authentic learning experience, of which that connects STEM to real world applications. And we name our Citizen Science program Neighborhood Science, or NASCI for short, emphasizing on community participation in global environmental concerns. We use existing citizen science projects as hands-on activities to raise awareness of environmental issues, making them relatable by connecting participants of the programs to their local communities or even in their own backyards or their own homes. And more importantly, we want to show them how, by participating in the Citizen Science Project, they can contribute to help solve these issues. Thanks to the LSTA grant that we received 2 years in a row, we actually did an extension, so I shouldn't say 2 years in a row. We're currently on our second year of piloting the Neighborhood Science program. In year one, we have about 15 participating libraries underwent rigorous training in GLOBE protocol by our official partner, the GLOBE. And then after that, we offer 5 months of hands-on citizen science programs from January through May of 2019. And of these protocols that we have hosted as programs in the library, the most popular one turned out to be the tree measuring, which is the biometry protocol. And it was pretty much all of them were very well attended, and we've seen a bunch of participants that they were having so much fun with it. So because of that, that become one of the protocols that we would like to continue in our year two. Now I'd like to share with you some of the photos that we were able to take during the programs, and here they are. So here are some photos. It shows that this one, it was happening at one of the branches that, that was running the program. And this is a boy who was checking out, it started with, we always start our program having participants indoor, and we'll go through some of the equipments that they will be using. And this boy was looking at some of the electronic clinometers, and then we were showing them some of the stuff. And then after that, if possible, we would like to take them outside of the library, not far from it. If there's a park next to it, then we'll do it next to the park. If not, we'll do it like in the enclosed area close by the library. And then we'll show them how they can also try to create the kilometers by using a piece of paper or a cardstock, and then with a straw and then yarn, a string or a piece of yarn to make that. And then they will be able to test that. Now here is, did it come out? And then we'll show them how to measure the tree. And we usually have librarians, they will go out and, before the program, they would have to do some preparation to kind of figure out which tree that they are planning to do the measurement on. And luckily, most of the branches that participated, they have at least one big old tree out there that they can use. And you'll see that a little boy here, he has, he's working on trying to do the measurement using big giant tape measure we have. If I recall correctly, I believe it's a 50 feet or 50 meter, or maybe longer than that. It's a very big tape measure, and it turned out to be the most popular toy for everyone. And following the tree measurement, we would continue with the protocols that we learned from Globe to do the tree identification portion. And we would use one of the little booklet that they gave it to us. And the idea here is they would try to identify some of the native Californian trees or species here. But what we found out actually through the pilot that is there aren't that many actually California native trees in the neighborhoods that we have here. But you'll see that they're, again, having a lot of fun, that they were actually, a couple of them, because part of them asked them to not only look at the fruits or, you know, the stem and the tree bark, they also have to smell trees. So it was very interesting that, you know, they literally would stick their nose to the tree and try to smell to see if there's any scent coming out. And so now we're in year 2 of the pilot, and our participating libraries are offering more programs on a wider varieties of topics. And in some cases, we are also working closely with educators. The branches are now having some circulating neighborhood science kits that community members can use to collect and share scientific data on various topics such as clouds, biodiversity, light pollution, mosquito habitat, water quality, and of course we're adding the tree measuring or tree measurement as one of the kits. And I have a photo here that quickly show you the content of the kit. This is not exactly the right one. We're actually working on getting one that's even simpler than this, so it will be more easy, more attractive to people who are not familiar with the protocols or citizen science project. So it will definitely still have that big giant tape measure you see, and then there is a very easy to do paper version of the kilometers. We're not adding the mug field guide in there. The instruction will be more appealing than the plastic protective sheets over there. And we're still thinking if we could, we should include the tree finder, but I think that little booklet would be interesting for people whoever's interested in trying to find out how they can learn to identify trees in California. So that would probably be something we want to add in there. But the content will be very simple. So I do have a few tips that I thought I can share with everyone. If you are planning to do this as an after-school program, or you're thinking, or if you're a librarian who's interested in hosting this program in the library, I would highly recommend that you plan ahead, just as you would with every other programs that you're doing. Think about the trees you have outside, think about the space, think about the number of participants that you can have. And also, if you're planning to take the participants to the nearby parks, think about if there's any logistic issues. Do you need to contact the park ahead? Do you need to have them all sign a waiver form? I know with public libraries, there tends to be a little bit more protocols, a bit of a protocol that you have to follow. Another one is you can think about partnering with community organizations such as your local community gardens. Another good one that we recently discovered, and we're starting the partnership now, is Tree People. You can also think about inviting, the owner of the local nursery who are, experienced with planting, gardening, and all that. So they will be a good subject matter expert to bring to your program. My recommendation when it comes to the length of your program is really about 90 minutes. Typically, we run library programs for about 45 minutes to an hour, and based on the pilot that we've conducted, we realize it's not long enough. By the time you finish talking, making observation, and recording your data, if you actually want to upload the data that they've collected and still have fun, 60 minutes is not long enough. So we would highly recommend that you go with the 90-minute program planning. and it will work out way better than the 60-minute program. So that is all I have to share. Thank you so much.